Hi, I'm Mark Spagnolo, designer, craftsman, and host of The Wood Whisperer at thewoodwhisperer.com. In previous videos, we reviewed some of the awesome features of the Festool CT dust extractors. But did you know that there are numerous accessories available that offer you increased performance, convenience, safety, and functionality? Now, referring to these items as simple accessories really doesn't tell the whole story. I actually like to think of them as problem solvers. So let's take a look at a few of the common scenarios where these add-ons would really make our lives easier. Now, I know way too many people that try to run a shop vac or a dust extractor without a bag. This is bad for the tool and bad for your lungs, and let me show you why. Now, if you let the dust dump freely into the chamber, it's going to eventually overload these filters. Just a funny story for you, this morning I actually changed my bag and forgot to put the new bag back in and did some sanding, and now I've got two filters that are just gunked up with really fine dust. Now, at best, clogging up the filters means that you're going to run the manual agitator back and forth a whole lot. And at worst, you may shorten the useful life of your filters, and even the life of your motor. Now, by using a bag, we're creating a two-stage filtration system. The bulk of the particles get trapped inside the bag, and only the tiniest particles are able to pass through. The escapees, of course, get caught by the main filters. Now, here's another thing to consider. If you don't use a bag, what's going to happen when you dump out the dust? All that material that you just worked so hard to keep out of the air is going to be floating around your head as you empty the extractor into your dustbin. With a bag in place, the process is clean and efficient. Now, if you have the kind of shop that does a lot of heavy-duty routing and power planing, you're dealing with a much larger amount of wood chips. That means that these paper bags are going to fill up pretty quickly. So to address that, Festool has their long life filter bag. Okay, this durable, resealable bag can be filled and emptied an average of about 500 times before it needs to be replaced. That's a huge cost savings. Now, one of the great features that sets the Festool CT22 and 33 apart from the competition is the fact that they come with HEPA filters, standard. And that means that they capture 99% of particles down to 0.3 microns. And just for reference, a human hair, it's about 80 microns. Now, some materials that we work with have a tendency to clog the filter more than others. Drywall dust comes to mind. And as a result, the filter needs to be agitated much more frequently, which eventually can wear it down. And that's where the long life filters come in. These guys feature what is known as an M-weave pattern that resists clogging. And the cloth material, it's much more durable than the standard paper filter, so it can withstand quite a beating from those manual agitators. And one of the reasons that I think people shy away from dust extractors is because they really don't like to deal with an unruly hose. That's totally understandable. I mean, who wants to trip over a hose? Now, fortunately, Festool has a number of add-ons that can help in this area. From the smallest solution to the largest, let's review them all. By far, the easiest way to start to get organized is with this simple hose hook. It simply attaches to the front of the extractor and holds the extra hose material while you're using it and after the job is done. Now, another great option is this handy hose garage. Instead of coiling the hose in the front of the extractor like the hose hook, it allows you to coil the hose up on top. Now, the garage integrates seamlessly into the unit, and check this out. You even have room on top for your sustainers. Now, the hose garage comes standard on a CT Mini and MIDI, but you'll want to add one to your CT22 and 33 just to make your life that much easier. Now, 9 times out of 10, when I'm using my dust extractor, it's with a tool at the bench top. So my work is up here, but the hose is down here. As a result, the hose is kind of weighing down on the tool, and it's more likely to get in my way. Well, take a look at this little contraption. It's an elevated suction hose holder. It goes right into the front of the CT. Your hose goes through it. Okay, it not only raises the height of the hose, but it also takes all that extra weight off. In addition, it saves you from having to bend down and pick up the hose in between operations. Really, it just keeps the hose right at the level of the work, right where you need it. Now, having the hose at hip height is a major improvement from the floor. But what if we could actually suspend the hose from above so that it's literally hanging right over our workstation? And imagine how convenient it would be to have the power cord right there as well. Well, that pretty much sums up my favorite CT accessory, the boom arm. Now, this arm may look large, but it actually saves you a ton of space. No hoses on the ground and no searching for power cords. Simply position the unit near your workbench, and the hose and power cord are right where you need them with the perfect amount of slack. And since the boom arm swivels, you just simply push it out of the way when you're done. When they say faster, easier, and smarter, they're not kidding. Now, Festool CT dust extractors are well known for their high-quality dust collection abilities, but one added advantage that we don't really discuss very often is the fact that it can handle wet applications as well. So here's a great option. It's called the dirt trap. So in place of the normal bag, you have this plastic bucket here. Okay? In Germany, they call this thing the Schmutz bucket, although it kind of sounds like a restaurant I used to go to when I was a kid in New Jersey. It's very easy. You just pull it out and you can dump everything out. Have a nice convenient handle right here. Now, don't worry about overfilling it. There's an electronic sensor on the inside here that will shut the machine off when the bucket is full. And when using the unit to extract water, always replace the final filters here with the optional sponge filters, and that stops any of the foam or anything from getting up into the motor. Now, if you're anything like me, you have a bad habit of pulling on the hose to get the dust extractor where you need it to be. I suppose it's just laziness, but no one really wants to bend down and push it where it needs to go. Unfortunately, there's a very simple solution, this CT handle. With this guy attached, there's no excuse for pulling on the hose. You just push or pull the extractor where it needs to be. And if you're on the job site, this handle is a necessity. With a stack of sustainers on the top, you really need a sturdy handle to guide the CT through the job site and up and down steep inclines. Now, whether you're in a workshop or in a job site, we all have to clean up eventually. Now, unless you're fully outfitted in Festool, you're probably going to have some tools that aren't exactly optimized for dust collection. And there are just some applications where dust extraction isn't practical or possible. Now, Festool still has you covered. They offer a number of cleaning sets, from this small, compact cleaning kit to the rugged tradesman cleaning set. Let's take a closer look at some of the kit components.
The compact cleaning set comes with a crevice nozzle, an interchangeable floor nozzle, an upholstery nozzle, as well as several extension tubes and a curved hand tube. The tradesman set is a similar package, but comes with an extra hose, a suction brush, and heavy-duty parts.
Now, you'll notice that some of the cleaning sets are plastic and some are metal. Now, you'll need to decide which is right for you. And keep in mind that plastic won't mar your work pieces or dent your client's new hardwood floors, but metal is obviously more rugged.
If you have a dust extraction or cleanup dilemma, chances are there's a Festool accessory that addresses it. Whether it's filtration options, hose management, wet applications, mobility, or cleanup, Festool's line of CT accessories will help get the job done faster, easier, and smarter than you ever thought possible.